The release of wall and desk calendars with Hanyu for 2024 has been announced. Release, December 7th. Photo, Sunao Noto. Wall, B3 size, 2 acrylic stands included. Desktop, size B5, file size B5. Inside photos not only from the show, but also from training. And again you realize how much you miss this man and how no one will ever replace him on the competition ice. Yuzuru Hanyu, it's good that you realize this, and it's good that you don't forget us. We're waiting. All photos are great, but this one, I imagine I'm walking through Sendai City on my own business and there's Yuzuru Hanyu sitting on a bench smile. I read somewhere that in his hometown there's a ban on approaching, taking pictures and all sorts of pestering with attention, but nobody knows if it's official? Like a local law? I realize that the Japanese are very tactful people. I'm just curious if there is an official paper on this issue. I mean, you get used to it, you don't get stuck and you look at it more calmly, and then wow. What wonderful photos of Yuzuru Hanyu and how cute and beautiful he is on them, spirited and pleasant, fully giving himself to skating. It's a pleasure to watch him like this. Yuzuru Hanyu sent flowers to Yumi Matsutoya at her concert in Miyagi, the same venue where Notte Stellata and Fantasy on Ice were held. That's so sweet. And the bouquets are so pretty and delicate. I wonder what the bags on the floor are. Maybe the vases are too light and since they are outside, the bags are holding them up. Why is he sending 2 bouquets? In Japan, 2 paired bouquets are given as a token of appreciation and respect. At its simplest, 2 flowers are given, or if the giver is wealthy, 2 bouquets, but they must match or be identical. Maybe he is grateful to the performer for her skill, and he also particularly likes the spring program separately, so he couldn't resist sending 2. A landmark program. Very tender and hopeful. And the lovely Hanyu is as respectful and gallant as ever. To all his creative partners. I love the bouquet. What a marvelous lovely exclamation mark. I love the bouquets that Yuzuru Hanyu gives exclamation mark. What a good man. In Haru's flowers. He doesn't do anything for nothing, nothing. Sui Wenjing's words that Yuzuru Hanyu is his spiritual goal have been trending on Weibo, over 50 million views. In a recent interview, Chinese snowboarder Sui Wenjing called Yuzuru Hanyu a spiritual role model. I really like Yuzuru Hanyu and I consider him a spiritual role model. He tried incredibly difficult moves, even beyond the endurance of the human body. Sui Wenjing, who won China's first Olympic snowboarding gold at the 2022 Beijing Winter Olympics Games, said in a recent interview.
当然我是非常喜欢他，把它当作我精神上的一个学习的目标吧，包括您知道他一直也是在尝
Tour de Tohoku 2023, a cycling event to support the areas affected by the Great East Japan earthquake, will be held in Japan on September 16th and 17th. On the event's website under Support, Tour Supporters, Friends, Special Appreciation, there's a message from Yuzuru Hanyu. The Tour de Tohoku, which last year was held for the first time in 3 years, will celebrate its 10th anniversary this year, and I am happy to hear that it will be a great event with expanded courses and number of competitors. I will be working as Tour de Tohoku friends to make this year's tournament even more exciting. March marked the 12th anniversary of the Great East Japan earthquake. The tangible aspects of recovery seem to have made significant progress, but the intangible aspects of recovery, such as regional ties, are still halfway there. We hope the event will be a place where participants and locals can smile and strengthen friendships. Last year, I turned professional and was able to hold ice shows in Miyagi and other areas affected by the disaster. I will continue to work hard and hope that my acting will bring smiles to many people's faces. Sui Wenjing's words that Yuzuru Hanyu is his spiritual goal have been trending on Weibo, over 50 million views. In a recent interview, Chinese snowboarder Sui Wenjing called Yuzuru Hanyu a spiritual role model. I really like Yuzuru Hanyu and I consider him a spiritual role model. He tried incredibly difficult moves, even beyond the endurance of the human body. Sui Wenjing, who won China's first Olympic snowboarding gold at the 2022 Beijing Winter Olympics Games, said in a recent interview. Q, you performed in the Fantasy on Ice show in May and June. Did you decide from the beginning that you would go pro? Yuzuru Hanyu, well, you could say both yes and no. Roughly, yes. Truth be told, my resolve became firmer as I gained experience on stage like this show. I felt like this is where I wanted to skate. Here, that is. How I can move forward from here. Was also able to feel like there was more room to grow. I came to the idea that I want to get better and better. Q, in a general interview, you said, goals for the rest of the year are set. And that you are training for that. You said, it's a secret for now, but give some clue. Yuzuru Hanyu, Q, please, just a small one. Yuzuru Hanyu, small? Well, sort of. I would like it to give me a feeling akin to a competition. I want to keep on challenging myself, including difficult elements. And I don't know if it's going to be a 4-axle. Just in the future I want to keep combining challenging elements, including the 4-axle, and what I want to express in that. Q, would you call it an ice show? Yuzuru Hanyu, I think so. But it's kind of like this. I'm in the process of seriously thinking about what format this is all going to be in, so I can't say more than that. I'm just going to say it's an activity for the rest of this year. Laughs, yes. Q, on July 19th, at the press conference where you announced your decision, you said, I want to guard my heart. Did that have anything to do with the fact that you were smiling less and less in Kiss and Cry? Yuzuru Hanyu, Well. And that's also yes. And when writing the show as well. It's because of the full commitment at shows that sometimes. How can I put it? I'm often very much neglected by Hanyu Yuzuru, who doesn't appear in the media. So I hope to be able to appreciate him again. That is. Maybe my choice to appreciate myself disappoints someone, and someone will probably say, I don't watch it anymore. But I want to make sure that my own self-worth has a significant place in my skating. And it's probably too late since my heart is empty, but I'm probably the only one who's going to realize that if I don't pay attention, if I can't take care of it myself. Now it is precisely because I want to appreciate my desires not to hurt myself, not to tear myself apart, that I felt the urge to fully embrace my heart. Q, that Hanyu Yuzuru that didn't appear in the media, is that personal? Yuzuru Hanyu, that's right, laughs. Yes. I mean the real me. Question, the real you? Yuzuru Hanyu, yes. Question, what kind of person is Yuzuru Hanyu Yuzuru? Yuzuru Hanyu, well, as I said in the press conference, Hanyu Yuzuru is a heavy burden. No doubt everyone has an ideal self-image, it's something we all put on when we go out into society. But the more it gets everyone's attention, the more you have to do it. And that obligation becomes too much to bear. In my situation, it is because of this that I can without a doubt become a better person. So now that I've become a professional, I feel again that I have to take care of it and be properly saturated with it to be able to sustain.